Good afternoon and welcome to the West Ham Daily. Well, as you saw from that intro, got quite a lot of players out injured at the moment, haven't we? Seems to be more than we hoped for at this time of the season, given that we've got 7 cup finals left and we want all our best players available. And it is a slight concern, but I want to bring you a bit of update news. You know, the stuff that we're kind of aware of, the kind of stuff that we think we're aware of, and the kind of stuff that we're told about. So let's get right into it and let's crack on. So first up, as we know, in the game against Leicester, Aaron Cresswell went down injured. We've been told he's going to have a late fitness test, but if he's pulled something, and we do believe it is a hamstring, the chances of him being available for the Newcastle game, I'm rating at around about 35% tomorrow. So I think we're going to be without him. Let's go for a few obvious ones. I'm going by squad numbers, so do forgive me. Yarmolenko, chances of him playing or being in the squad are 20%, and I think that's quite generous. So I don't think we're going to have Yarmolenko in the team either. And then we move on to Manuel Lanzini. Now, it's all a bit confusing with Lanzini. He keeps having late fitness tests and then not making it. And then we heard during the week that actually Moyes doesn't fancy him anymore, and that seems to be more of the reason why he's not appearing in the squad. So I'm giving him, given that we do have one or two knocks here and there, and the fact that we still keep having 2 goalkeepers on the bench, I'm giving him a 75% chance of actually being available in the squad rather than being in the starting lineup. And then our captain, Mark Noble, as we saw, he sustained an injury on his arm during the game against Leicester. He said he had pins and needles in it, that he busted it about 5 or 6 years ago, and I can't remember that. And obviously it gives him pain every now and again, and being given a kick in it didn't really help. So, he's basically declared himself fit in an interview yesterday. So I've given him a 90% chance of playing and a 90% chance of actually starting. Angelo Ogbonna, well, the jury's still out. We saw that he's training, but I'm rating him at a 50-50 at the moment. He may well be available, but whether he actually starts or not is another matter. So I'm putting him down as a 50-50. And then another couple of obvious. Well, Antonio, 0 chance of playing, and Declan, 0 chance of playing. And finally, another player that we heard might have sustained a bit of an injury, a bit of a hamstring, was Arthur. Well, some of us were kind of wishing that he was injured, but then others are kind of happy that he's not. So he's got a 90% chance, maybe a 100% chance of playing. Now, I know I've rushed through this, but what about the players who might be coming in, who may be available to sort of fit in all the gaps that we may have? Well, there's a chance of Balbuena starting. He went on. He was the first player called on in defence, and when Cresswell went out. Now he's got a 50% chance of starting, but I don't really think it's better than that, because I think Balbuena is the sort of player that will sit on the bench and have other players come in. If Ogbonna's gonna play, then certainly Balbuena won't play. So I don't think he will actually start. I think if there is a berth in the back, it's going to go to Johnson. I think he's got much more of a chance of starting at the back if if Ogbonna is not match fit. I'm kind of guessing that it will be Johnson more than it will be Ogbonna in the starting lineup against Newcastle. I think he's got much more of a chance of playing. And then, of course, there's Diop talking about playing in midfield. Now, apparently, there's been in the training sessions this week, he's been spotted as playing in midfield. Now, I think if Noble has declared himself fit, I don't think this will happen. So I'm giving this a generous 50% chance of Diop playing. Now, if Diop does play in midfield, then you're likely to see if Ogbonna's fit, then you're likely to see Ogbonna and Johnson at the back to make up for it, with Noble dropping out because of injury. And then we've got Benrahma, the poor lad. I think even if every single player was injured, he'd still start on the bench, and there's a very low percentage of him actually starting. But what do you think? here's the starting lineups that there are two starting lineups that I think are going to happen against Newcastle. If Ogbonna is fit and Noble is fit, I think this is what we're going to see. There's talk about Masuaku being dropped because he gave away 2 goals. As we all know, he gave away 2 goals against Leicester last week. But I think he'll retain his place. And if Ogbonna is fit, he will be, 100% fit. He will be first choice alongside Dawson and Diop, Souček and Noble and Fornals in the middle, Sofal and Masuaku as wing backs, and then Jesse and Bowen up front. However, as I said, if Ogbonna doesn't quite make it, he might be on the bench. I reckon that it will go to Johnson. I don't think it will be that sort of lineup, that sort of formation. Sorry, I think it'll be a bit more of a 4-5-1 formation for me. But then if we go with 4-5-1, someone's going to have to sit out on the right hand side, that becomes a bit of a problem, because you could see Masuaku being much more of a left midfielder, but will Fornals have to sort of slot across over into onto the right hand side? I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused by that one. So because I can't see Johnson starting as a left-sided centre-back. I know people have sort of talked about maybe Sufal should start, and there is another option that Sufal can maybe drop in alongside Dawson and Diop, and then bringing in Fredericks on the right-hand side, and that might be a bit more balanced, and that is another option. So despite the fact that we've got a small squad, despite the fact that we've got an awful lot of players out injured, we seem to Moyes has just found a way of being able to find players to fit into various formations and various roles. This is going to be really short, really sharp, really sweet. Let me just reiterate, I don't think Cresswell is going to make it this weekend. We know he's got a late fitness test, but I think he's got a very low chance of even starting. We know that Yarmolenko, even less of a chance. Lanzini, I think, sounds like he is fit, but chances of being in the squad are high. Chances of starting are very low. Mark Noble, I think he will. It looks like he will play. And Ogbonna is the one that kind of makes me wonder. Like I said, I'm giving him a 50-50 chance of playing. I don't know. I think we need him. I think we've had issues at the back. Ironically, for me, I think it's been Diop who's been pretty decent, and just Craig Dawson has just been a little bit off colour the last few games. And I think Ogbonna coming back will certainly help to stabilise the defence. But I'm giving him a 50-50. I really don't know. And like I say, I think it's more likely that Ben Johnson is gonna start. But what do you think? Let's have a look at the comments and let's see what you guys think. Who have we got in today? Good afternoon, Scott. I hope you're well. James, I hope you're well. Sean, are you late? No, you're never late when I'm doing the show. Lee, how are you? Hope you're well. Tell me who you think is going to make it and who's not going to make it. Peach, how are you, mate? I hope all is well with you. Patrick Walsh, good morning to you. Where are you if it's good morning to you? Gary, I'm very well. I'm looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to going into third place. We are going to win tomorrow. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter who plays, I should say. I think we're going to win tomorrow. This isn't going to be a preview because the preview's coming tonight. By the way, thank you to Russ. Always passes on the baton. I hope you are all watching his show, My Hammers 11. He's always on at lunchtime, and he always mentions us, which is we're really grateful. And of course, we pay back the compliment and respect to Russ. Russ, I hope you're well. Gary, I'm very well, mate. Jay, Oggy, we need him. I hope he comes in. Nice team graphic. Yeah, I made that up. It's rubbish, really, mate. James, hello, mate. I hope you're well. There's no way Johnson goes back into defence. Sufal will go back there 100%. Well, Sufal's there. Let me just show you it again. I think this is if Oggy is not fit. Like I said, I don't think Johnson will play in a back three. I think he will play. I think it'll be a back four, but then it kind of confuses what happens in the middle of the park. And my gut says if Ogbonna doesn't make it, I think Johnson will go left back. Soufal will go right back, Dawson and Diop in the middle, and then quite possibly you might see Fredericks coming in on the right hand side. But then that means that, well, does that mean, who drops out for Fredericks? That's the thing. So having Johnson there kind of creates a bit of a problem for Moyes in terms of the balance of the team. Would he replace Johnson? Would he replace Masuaku with Johnson? Don't know. I think he quite likes Arthur, despite the fact that Arthur's got more than one error in him per game. But it would cause a problem there. You're absolutely right in that respect, James. I don't think Johnson will go in as a back three, but that's only if Ogbonna doesn't make it. Would he bring in Soufal and not play Johnson? Possibly, and maybe that's the thing. Bringing in Soufal in the back, and then Fredericks in front of him. That's a good shout. It's a good option, and it will be much more balanced as well in terms of the team lineup. Mandy, how are you? I hope you're well. We need Masuaku starting in the back five. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And go back to your comment, Mandy. We need Masuaku starting in the back five for his offensive play down the line. Yeah, as far away from our goal as possible, don't you think, Mandy? So when he makes a mistake and he loses the ball, of course, he never gives the ball away until he gives the ball away. We just need him to give the ball away a little bit further up the field, don't you think? Hi, Stelios. Hi, Mandy. I'm very well. Oleander, hit the like. Thank you, Oleander. Much appreciated for that. J King Messiah. Well, he doesn't get much wrong, does he? Really? So whatever he does, we all know it's gonna be fine. Sean Yarmolenko should be. You're right. I was being generous with the 20%. Mandy again. Back forward, Johnson left back, and Masuaku left midfield. That's I'm thinking if Ogbonna doesn't make it, I'm thinking that's what will happen. DMH, I think Moyes may go with Fredericks. You're absolutely right. I wish now I'd put in the graphics showing Fredericks on the right, because that is a good shout. But I think he's going to look at the left-hand side of defence. If Ogbonna doesn't make it, he's going to be a bit worried. Who will play on the left side? So if you've got Diop, Soufal, and Dawson, who's going to slot in on the right? Because Diop and Soufal are very much right-footed. You want Diop, you want Dawson in the middle. So is he going to risk putting Diop on the left side? I think that's why I'm thinking Johnson will actually start if Ogbonna's not fit. But yeah, it is a good shout about Fredericks, but then it just worries me about the back three. Who will play on the left side? Because I don't think it's Diop's strong point to play on the left side of a back three. That's the thing that kind of concerns me. We might see D.A. Crossman. We might see Fredericks at left midfield. He has done it, hasn't he? I can't remember which game it was where he came on quite late in the game, Fredericks, and played left side of midfield and scored. Would he do that? I think. No, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I don't think he would. I think he'll prefer to put John. If he needs someone over on the left side, I think it'll be Johnson. Would he replace? Are you talking about replacing Masuaku with Fredericks on the left side? Ooh, they're almost as bad as each other and almost as good as each other going forward. Jake, how are you? I'm very well. I have finished. Can't you see? Look, I finished painting the whole flat all by myself. Oh, when the missus did, I think a door or two. Grumpy old Ben, hello mate, in Philippines, aren't you? I think. Ogbonna is not young. We should be confident of beating Newcastle. He shouldn't start. Wow, you don't think Ogbonna should start? Really? I'm really surprised at that, Ben. Tell me why. Tell me why you think that, because that's a bit of a surprise. You're in North Carolina. I hope it's all lovely and sunny down. I don't know what it's like down there this time of year, but welcome. James Farmer, 5 at the back with Oggy. Yes, 5 at the back. If Ogbonna's fit, I've given him a 50-50 because I think there's mind games going on again. Moyes saying that he's been training. He hasn't said outright he's available to play. He's just been he's been training well, etc. and 5 at the back. If Ogbonna is fit, he will start without a shadow of a doubt, and it'll be Ogbonna, Diop, and Ogbonna, Dawson, and Diop at the back, with Sufal and Masuaku wing backs, and then of course Noble. Well, let's put it up. It's what I showed you earlier. If Ogbonna is fit, that's what I think will happen. That's the lineup I think will happen. It's just about whether Ogbonna is gonna make it or not. Sean, the paint better not be doing. No, it wasn't. It was some cheap brand from. I don't want to promote them, but you know, it's a do-it-yourself shop. No, wasn't. What's wrong with Dulux? Is it something that I don't know? Lawrence, we will need to score 3 or more again. Will we need to score 3 or more? I made a sarcastic comment on some Facebook chat that I think we need to start upping our game and start scoring 4. Just to be sure and just to be safe. Sean, April the 21st, 1986, West Ham 8, Newcastle 1. It's going to happen again. Oh, mate. The trouble is they've got players that can hurt us. That's the thing. That's why Moyes is going to be really focused on what he does in defence against them, because he knows he's got to get it right. You've got Callum Wilson, who just loves scoring against us. But that was a great result, wasn't it? James Farmer, I can see Moyes making changes in the first half, depending on how it's going. Wow. That would be a first, James, if he made changes in the first half. I can see maybe if it's not going our way, he can maybe make changes at half time. But I don't think he'll go as far as making changes in the first half. Kojo, hello, mate. Diop has the pace to get out of trouble. There has been quite a lot of talk about Diop has been training in midfield this week. And I think that will only happen if Noble doesn't make it. So it's really all down to whether Mark Noble is fit or not. Rob's projector 3-0 all day long. For us, I hope, mate. Thank you for joining us. Mandy, again, I'd rather see 4 at the back against Newcastle and put in an extra midfielder. That's a really good shout. Maybe like a 4-5-1, something like that. It's not a bad shout. So, yeah, I could go with that. I agree. And stifle them out a little bit in midfield. Sean, again, it was versus Sheffield United, Fredericks. Thank you for that. He came on, the last minute, wasn't it? And he scored. DMH, saluting D.A. Crossman, grumpy old Ben. Stelios, he was only doing straight line training last week. As an older player, give him more time to rehabilitate. We definitely need to. So that's a really good point, Ben. That's why I've got him down as a 50-50, because you can train, but you may not be ready. And I think maybe, I'd love to see him back, Ben. I'd love to see him back, but I'm kind of worried that I don't think he'll be ready for this game against Newcastle. I'm with you on that, Ben. Derek Crossman, Fornals will be key again. He's the new ticker, Ronnie Boy. Nice shout, that. Yeah, I like that. Nacha Miludi, hello, mate. Do you think if West Ham get into the Champions League next season, Moyes will be doing a deep refashion of the team? Like offloading 4 or 5 players and bringing in 4 or 5. I think even if we don't make Champions League, Nate, is it NASA? I think if we don't even if we don't make Champions League, I think he'll do that anyway. Will he bring in 4 or 5 players? Well, we know Dawson is going to be signed, and we know Lingard is we got to get him. So you can almost say that's 2 of the 4 or 5 maybe, and then maybe bring in another 3. But I'm with you. I think he'll do that whether we're in the Champions League or not. DMH, showing your age there, mate. Well, yeah, we're all. Well, even I remember Ronnie Boyce, mind you. Not that old, but I am old. Patrick, does Moyes rate Balbuena? I think Moyes has got no choice but to use Balbuena when he needs to. Let's not forget, he brought him on. He was the first sub when Cresswell went off. It's more out of a needs must than anything. I think Balbuena will go in the summer. I don't think he'll be given a new contract. Does he rate him? Well, let's not forget he was rather critical of the subs in a way. When they came on, we had Johnson come on, we had Ben Rama come on, and we had Balbuena come on, and yet Leicester scored another goal. I can't blame Johnson for any of that. I think he was a fish out of water. Being put in the centre of midfield seemed a bit of an odd one for me. Balbuena, I actually said I think he should have done better for the second goal. And then, of course, Ben Rama was meant to come on and keep the ball, and he kept losing it. So I can see why Moyes was upset. Does he rate Balbuena? I think Balbuena's on his way, mate. Mark Kerslake, Galimera Stelios from Frenaros in Cyprus. You lucky bastard. I know it's really warm over there already, isn't it? Oh, mate. I'm really jealous. Lee, hello, mate. A lot's changed. We've improved the team since we last played Newcastle. Absolutely true. Let's just get the win. But 4-2 West Ham, we are massive. Do join us for the preview tonight. I don't know what time it's going to be on. I think it'll probably be on about 8:30. So do join Matt and Anton for that, because they'll be talking in much more depth. They'll have a Newcastle fan guest on as well, and they'll talk through the game. What you think the score's going to be, etc., etc. Lawrence, still no Bennett to start. I can't see it, mate. I really can't. I mean, if you look at either lineup, I mean, you look at that. Even if Mark Noble's out, even if let's say for argument's sake, Mark Noble's out, I think he'll go with what people have suggested. I think he'll look at putting Fredericks out on the right and maybe Fornals alongside Souček with Lingard and Bowen up front. So even if Mark Noble isn't fit for the game against Newcastle, I think he's likely to bring in someone like Fredericks. I really do, over Ben Rama. It's a shame for Benny. I think his time will come. I did do a video earlier in the week on the West Ham Daily, and I said I think his time will come, but I think that time will be next season. We'll see him play this season. And I think I just hope for the lad that he gets a crucial goal here or there, or makes sets up a crucial goal here or there. But I think his time will come next season more than anything. Dear Crossman, only 64 plus 10 years after that last game. Gary, still, did you get that paint off Spurs? Robert John, I don't remember what it's called. Robert, thanks for joining us. I don't remember the name of the paint, but it was some cheap brand. I don't care. Does the bloody job, doesn't it? Ernest, hello, mate. What do you think is the director's feeling at this moment if we're going to get a smile out of Sullivan? We won't get a smile out of Sullivan, because when he was moaning about costing him 50 grand to take the team up north to play in the, the League Cup, can you imagine what he must be thinking? Apparently the players are going to get bonuses if we make Champions League. And then, of course, there's all the cost of travelling over there. Is he going to smile? No, well, he will smile if we do make Champions League, because the bank balance of West Ham United would be boosted by around 50 to 70 million pounds. And that's us doing actually, even if we lose every game, he'll still get all that money. So maybe that'll make him smile, Ernest. Ironclad, Sullivan's too busy invading the Ukraine. James Farmer, we owe him a stuffing. I actually think we do, mate. I do. When are you back in Cyprus? Would be nice to share a KO, mate. We were going to go back in here in April, but obviously we're not going to make it. If we're allowed to travel like properly in May, I may go over for my late birthday present for me at the end of May. I'm dying to get over there. We stay in oh god, I've forgotten where we stay. It's near Ayia Napa, a bit further up. Paralimni we stay. So I don't know if you're anywhere near there, mate, but absolutely we share a beer. Yeah, be happy to. Grumpy old Ben, Stelios 8:30 here in Manila, and still 30, you bastard. And 30 degrees, had a high of 34. Someone's just started. Oh, I hate it. Look, Mark over in Cyprus, Ben in Philippines, all getting the sunshine, and I'm looking out of a anyway. And the last comment, Dulux is Spud's new sponsor. They're not, are they? Are they really? No, you're winding me up, Sean. Gary, Everton and Spurs hopefully draw tonight. We talk about, that we're only worried. The three games that we're worried about in the last 8, which were Leicester, Everton and Chelsea. Let's not forget Newcastle could be a banana skin. Brighton, we don't do very well against them in the Premier League, etc. It's not just about those 3 games that we had to worry about. We have to worry about every single game. between now and the end of the season to make Champions League. Alan's, hello, mate. Thank you for joining. I'm very well, and I'm just about to come off. I'm afraid, Alan. So do watch do rewind or rewind. Here's a videotape. Do watch the repeat on YouTube. That's it for me. Thank you for joining. Short and sweet. Eamon, right? I'll put that last comment in with how David Sullivan is with paying for away cup travel. The manager most probably on a bonus to get out against Astra. That's it from me. Thanks for joining us. Do join us on the preview tonight with Matt and Anton. We're back again on Saturday with the watch along, of course, an early start for us, and we'll be on quite early. What time's the game tomorrow? Is it 12:30? So that means we'll be on 11:15. With some exclusive team news, but Anton will tell you all that in the preview tonight. Jeffrey, I'll fall in love with Masuaku before the season's end. Trust me, mate, I won't. I really won't. I've been trying to fall in love with Masuaku for the 5 seasons he's been with us, and he always finds a way to let me down. So there you go. Don't be late. What for the? I won't be on the preview tonight, but I'll be on the watch along tomorrow. I won't be late. Well, I'll try not to be. Thanks all for watching. Join us tonight for the preview. Come on, you Irons, and let's look forward to third place.